Alright, hey, this is Mega here, and so this is my end of peak season vlog, alright? So usually I do like a vlog when I apply, and then something like in the middle, and then at the end, alright? I will actually, surprise, I'll have another one, I have another video of me actually delivering packages, okay? So actually, strapped the action camera on, and I did like one load of package delivery. Okay, so you guys could see what it's like, you know, to do these deliveries in like a nice neighborhood. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, this is my kind of after action review for peak UPS PVD or SSD, whatever they call it now, peak season 2023. All right, so I already went over the application process and like my first day at work and how it was and everything, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm just going to go over like everything everything else. All right, so the good thing is eventually my center put me on a route and they attached me to a driver like kind of permanently. All right, so pretty much the whole time I got to work with one driver, right? And I was the only PVD for that driver. It wasn't like last year. Last year they attached me to a driver in like Willow Glen, and what was the scoop? I was one of the PVDs. All right, all right. When I say PVD, I mean SSD. All right, guys. But a lot of people still use PVD. All right. If somebody says PVD, you know that they didn't work this season. They worked the previous seasons as well. All right, they're like a seasonal driver helper, or they're a seasonal driver veteran. Okay, that's how you know. But anyway, yeah, last year I got attached to a driver, and I think there was like two or like three of us attached to one guy, and yeah, we would just pick his truck out. And yeah, so this time I got really lucky. They attached me to a driver, and I was the only PVD. All right, so my job was to clear out his 7,000s and his 8,000s. All right, in the truck, you know, they've got all the packages sorted by like what shelves they're on. All right, so 7,000 and 8,000s, they're in the back of the truck. All right, guys, so I would grab everything out of the back of the truck. And usually what I'll do is I'll deliver the 7,000s first. That's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I took the 7,000s and then I took the 8,000s. All right, so that's how like a typical day would be for me. That was good. I think in the beginning, but before that, in the beginning, I think. There's a couple days where they had me go into the center and actually clean up the warehouse, is what they call it. And that's when you, what's the word? That's when you scan the packages and you put them in your vehicle, right? They'll say, yep, here's a truck. There's some packages in there. Scan them and then just deliver them, all right? Pretty much. All right, you pretty much make your own route, all right? You can do that. And yeah, it would be like in your best interest to take the smallest stuff you can put in there before the biggest stuff. And that's pretty much true for all the PVDs, unless you got like a big cargo van or something. Yeah, and it was kind of the same story as last year. They kept on hiring PVDs, man. Every day I would come and there would be people there waiting for them to hire, and it's already like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the peak season. They're still hiring people. Pretty much every time I come to the center to turn my paperwork in at the end of the day, you know, the timesheet and the phone, I'll see like a new driver there, and they'll be like asking questions and stuff. It's like, and they're still hiring people right now. Like we're kind of like we're like in it already, you know. Yeah, I don't know. There's still some people like, you know. I guess when they bumped up the pay. So yes, they did bump up the pay, guys. After the first week, they bumped up the pay from like $24, $25, whatever the amount was, and they bumped it up to they bumped it up to $38 an hour. Okay, so after that first week, I got paid more. So which is good. All right, I think a lot of it kind of scared a lot of people away from applying. All right, or they just didn't want to do it for that much money. All right, because you know it's wear and tear on your vehicle, and yeah, and then there's other other opportunities. All I can say is like, dude, I think some law passed that like fast food workers make $20 an hour now, so you're pretty close to that, and you're using your own vehicle, and I'm not gonna lie, driving is the most dangerous task, normal task that you would do in a day, man. Driving. People drive crazy out here, man. I'm telling you. So, yeah, but stuff could happen. All right. I haven't heard of any. I hadn't heard of any incidents with PVDs. Okay. One of the drivers did tell me. Yeah. So, I think I helped one of the drivers. At the end of the day, you can call for more work, and then you can help a driver, and that's what I did. And one of the drivers, she told me that they were doing what do they call? They were doing observations. Okay, and that's like I've never seen it happen to me before. That's when the supervisors or something, they go out and they observe the PVDs, all right, or drivers and stuff. So and they said they caught some drivers driving like crazy fast, and I don't know, doing some crazy stuff. But Hayes Meg is not like that. Okay, type of thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just follow the traffic laws, man. I mean, yeah, there's some stuff that kind of, Hayes Mega kind of does. Like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I don't wear my seatbelt. If I gotta go like 2 houses down there, I'm not gonna put my seatbelt on. All right, but yeah, there's a thing in the UPS trucks that like it checks to see if you're driving with your seatbelt on, and you'll get in trouble but they can't catch you if they're not, unless they don't see you, type of thing, if you're a PVD type of thing. All right, I know I just admitted to it, but yeah, that's what I do if I gotta go like to the next. If it's better for me to drive to the next house, I don't put my seatbelt on. I just slowly inch up to the next house, and then I get out. Okay, yeah, So yeah, I heard they were doing observations. So they were going out there. It's like the post office. So Hayes Mega used to be a mail carrier, and that's exactly what they do. They follow you around, and then you could see them. You know that they're watching me, man. Better not do anything stupid, type of thing. And then they'll go and they'll complain, and then they'll actually tell you complain oh, you did this, you did that, you could do this, do better, blah blah blah. I hate it, man. I don't like it when they watch you and stuff. That's one of the nice things about this job, is that as being a driver, is that you go out there and you pretty much, you're out there on your own. You're your own manager type of thing. Okay, you can manage your workload and everything. So yeah, so I like to say it was busy. Well, I like to say Hayes Mega got regular work up until Christmas Day. All right, up until Christmas. All right. Yeah, I got regular work every day. So after a while, after about maybe like a week or so, I got attached to Jose. All right. Jose was the driver I was helping in southern Almaden Valley. All right, that's where I delivered. All right. And Hades Mega is no stranger to that area. I used to work for Golden State overnight, and 95120 was my route. All right, I delivered everything around that area. Well, I only had to deliver a small part of this area for UPS. All right, and you can only fit so many packages. But yeah, so a typical day with Jose would be, I would meet him at like a CVS parking lot. There's a parking lot there near where the route is, and then we would park in the parking lot. All right, and then he would unload his 7000s on me. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, he would have the 7000s and the 8000s. All right, and I would take the 7000s first, and then I would take the 8000s. So the way it would work is I would take the 7000s, and whatever didn't fit in my car, because sometimes there's these big packages you can't put in the car, I would leave it on the truck. And here's a tip, guys. If there's something you have to leave on the truck, write it down. All right. What I do is I write it down on the timesheet on the back. I write down the address. All right. I know how many packages, what the HIN number is. Like, is it like a 7200, 7300, blah blah blah. That way you kind of know where to look in the car, because I have the vehicle set up. All right. I have the vehicle kind of set up where like the early 7,000s, I get it out of the rear left passenger door, and then I just pull everything forward. Everything starts moving towards that door, all right? And I will organize stuff. You organize stuff throughout the day, all right? As you get more space in your vehicle, it's going to be easier to find stuff, and then keep on organizing, all right? you got plenty of time, man. You're not in a big hurry, man. So yeah, all I can say is that organization makes it a lot easier, all right? Yeah, it takes time to organize, but it makes it easier in the future. Okay, so yeah, like if you, I don't know. I mean, some drivers might do it a different way, man, but that's the way I do it. All right, that's the most efficient way for me. You can do it any way you want, man. Yeah, there's another way you could do it is use the map. All right, just look at the map and look at which one is the closest deliveries to you, and you just go to that one. All right, so you can do that too. There's like a map that shows you where all the deliveries are, and you can just click on it and okay, let's go to this one. But a lot of deliveries they're so close. Like the next delivery is down the street. Next delivery is the next court over, or next delivery we make a left and make a right, and then it's right there. You know, it's not far. It's not hard to memorize stuff, or memorize stuff to figure out where you're going. Okay, guys. Yeah, you don't need a GPS. Trust me. You're just gonna be wasting time if you just use directions on a GPS. Just kind of figure out, look where you're going, and then just go there. You know. It's not hard. But yeah, anyway, I got attached to Jose for pretty much up until Christmas. Okay, it was good. I got work every day. It was pretty busy for the first with Jose. It was pretty busy for the first almost 3 weeks. Yeah, it was pretty busy. Every time he'd open his truck, packages would be bursting out. All right, he could not get out the back door. He would have to come out the side door and open up the back door, and then we would unload. All right. And then yeah, he would take the stuff down from the shelf. He would put it on the bumper, and then I would look at it, and then okay, we're gonna put this here. We're gonna put that there. All right, that type of thing. You guys will see it in the video. All right, I made a video of me delivering the packages, but I didn't sort it. I mentioned it before the delivery. So how I do all that. Okay. So hopefully it'll help some people out there with a similar vehicle. All right, I drive a small SUV. A RAV4 Prime, okay, so maybe that will help, people with that kind of vehicle, right? I can only imagine. I wonder what it would be like to deliver in like a minivan. A minivan would probably be the most, or like a cargo van, would be the most ideal PVD delivery vehicle, right? A hybrid one too would be even better. Okay, anyway, yeah. So I had regular work up until Christmas. I think. It's the same thing as last year. As we got closer to Christmas Day, it got slower and slower and slower. All right, every day would be less packages, less packages. Sometimes they would make my route bigger. All right, the area that I covered, they would make it bigger so I could have more packages to deliver. Okay, and so the gist of it, guys, is the PVDs are really there just to help the drivers out. So they don't go over their hours, all right? They're mandated, DOT hour requirement or something, okay? Like if they go over a certain amount of hours, then I think UPS gets fined or something, or they get in trouble, that kind of thing. So that's why they have the PVDs. Also, they can work the PVDs however long they want, all right? But I don't think they do because they pay us a lot, all right? They pretty much pay us as much as they pay the driver, like a veteran driver. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, but it's only this time of year, so whatever, man. It's temporary, man. I didn't get a lot of overtime, all right? I just want to say every maybe like a day or two I would get some overtime, maybe an hour and overtime, maybe two. There was no days that I really stayed out really late, and I don't like staying out really late anyways. Like delivering packages at like 9 o'clock at night, no fun. Okay, people are like, what is this guy doing here this time, blah blah blah, yeah, it's the peak season. That's what's up. But yeah, so that's the scoop. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of overtime. There was probably a handful of days that I got overtime, all right, but it's okay. I would rather take regular work over overtime, is what I want to say. Yeah, so I want to talk about like my health, all right? This is the most difficult peak year I've ever done. My feet are not in good shape. Every day, I found out I can't wear boots. Okay, guys, I can't wear like combat boots anymore or work boots. My feet, they get hot and then they start swelling up and they get really painful. So after delivering the first load, my feet would hurt a lot and I would get really, really tired. So I'm not gonna lie, your body will adjust to the work. All right, every time I take a break from delivering packages and I start doing it again, I get really, really tired in the beginning. Or after a while, your body will kind of get used to it, type of thing. And I just seems like the older I get, the more I'm hurting all the time. So, but like about halfway throughout the day, like about the 3-hour mark, I would be hurting real bad. My feet would be hurting. So I had to resort to wearing Crocs. Okay, so that's what I normally wear on a daily basis are Crocs. All right, that's my footwear of choice. Now, UPS does not want you to wear Crocs. All right, guys, they want you to wear like a, well, I mean, I wear sandals and it covers your feet, but they want you to wear work boots. All right, because they're safer. Like if you drop a package on your foot, you could hurt your foot. If you're wearing Crocs, maybe. All right, Crocs are slippery on certain surfaces, is what I want to say. My feet don't get swollen in the Crocs as much, is what I want to say. My feet are swelling up in the boots, and I've never had that problem before until this year. I've raced motorcycles, and I've injured my ankles and stuff, and I used to be in the Army and carry heavy stuff all the time. So I think that's what contributed to the way I am now. All right, but yeah, it was bad because I would be working 6 days a week, guys, 6 days a week. All right, and it just like kind of got old after a while. I was like, it just seems like you're working all the time. But I told myself, you've got to keep on going, man. Don't stop, because it's gonna slow down. All right, and sure enough, like a week or two before Christmas, it slowed down a lot. All right, and it just got easier and easier. And then yeah, and then we have to find more work. Some days it would be easy to find extra work, and some days it wouldn't be. All right, some days you just know. All right. You know, like, oh, the work, you know how heavy the workload is. You know, when you look at the truck or you look at your MDA, it'll tell you how many stops and packages you have to deliver. Yeah. So speaking of stops and packages, Hayes Mega would regularly deliver on average about 100 stops a day. Okay. If I didn't do 100 stops with Jose, I would go out and do more work. All right. Some days I would help like 3 drivers and stuff. Yeah, I would just ask them. So after my route would be done, what would happen is I would call if I still wanted to work. All right, I'm not lying, dude. I'd be like tired at the end of the day. I was like, I kind of want to call it a day. I could if I wanted to. I delivered everything. So once you deliver everything, you can call the center, all right, or text them. Usually I'll text them and then I'll call if I don't get anything, and then ask them like, hey, do you guys got any more work? And they'll say, wait, hold on, let me see. And then they'll find a driver that needs help, all right? And then they'll hook you up with them. They'll tell you, go to this address and meet the driver, or here's the number for the driver, call them, all right? And meet somewhere, all right? Coordinate with them. Okay, and I did that. I would say I did that half the time. I got extra work half the time. So regularly, I was doing 6. Yeah, I was getting about 6 hours a day. Maybe more, maybe less. It's not uncommon for me to work 7 hours a day. All right. Yeah, and then sometimes I would get overtime, like 8 or 9 hours, but it was kind of rare. Okay, I did. They would usually say, "Oh, we don't have any more work for you. Come on back." All right. So that's what they'll say. If they don't have any work for you, come back, and then that's the end of your day. Okay, type of thing. Maybe they might have you go back out. One time, okay, here was an interesting one. I was headed back to the center. They said, "Oh, you're done. There's no more work." And then they said, "Hey, do you still want to work?" And I said, "Yes." And they're like, no, I was already on the way back to the center. And they're like, "Do you want to go to Gilroy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could go to Gilroy, sure." and it's like, where do I pick up the package? And it's like, oh, come to the center. So I went to the center. I picked up the package. I didn't go to the guard shack. I went straight to the warehouse. So that's one of the different things about this year. They actually let us drive into the center. All right. Last year they didn't. They never let us drive into the center. At San Jose, they never let us drive in the center. All right. And so I went there. I grabbed the package. Here you go. Just deliver it. All right. So I scanned it. I scanned with the build manifest. All right. And then I threw it in my car, and off to Gilroy we go, man. And that was a good extra 2 hours of work just to go to Gilroy, man. Because Gilroy is like 30 miles away, but it was a lot of miles. I think I got close to, I got close to 50, 60 miles that day. So I got paid a lot for the miles just to deliver one package. so yeah, it was an Amazon package, by the way. Yeah, so I went over there, and then I just went back. All right, and then I was just chilling, just sitting there, driving on the freeway with my cruise control on, eating up the miles. Unfortunately, yeah. So I'll tell you how many miles I did a day. It's pretty average to get 30, 40 miles somewhere. Yeah, 20, 30, 40, somewhere around there. I would say average 30. All right, that's how many miles I would get. And yeah, I would pretty much eat up, well, it'd be more like 40, yeah, because I would eat up all my electric power on my RAV4, because my RAV4 can go 40 miles to a charge. So yeah, around 30 or 40 miles is how much I did average every day. Because Almaden Valley is kind of, it's kind of far from where I live. I'm not gonna lie. Almaden Valley is like the most southern part of San Jose, all right, almost. Yeah, from where I live, So that's what's kind of the bummer about where my route was. It was kind of far. If they send you someplace far, you're gonna commute farther. All right. The farther you are, the farther you're gonna commute. All right. I did do some kind of deliveries close to home. All right, but that wasn't the route that I normally do. And it's kind of interesting delivering in different places, but it's also nice to have like a regular route. And then the nice thing about a regular route, like when I would work with Jose, is one, the packages are scanned for you already, so you don't waste time scanning packages, all right? And two, you know the route, all right? Every day you do the same route, all right? I'm not gonna lie, some streets you won't go down, okay? But you will know, all right? Watch my delivery video, all right? You'll see, like, there's some streets like, oh, you know, some days we do that street, but they don't have a delivery there, so we're just gonna skip it, you know, that type of thing. It's almost like delivering mail, you know? That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, I would regularly get like 30. It depends on how much, if I got extra work at the end of the day too, because that eats up miles too, sending you somewhere else. So I kind of feel that the management knew that Hades Mega is like one of these badass SSD drivers, these seasonal drivers, and like I think we want to keep them working, you know. Because I'm not gonna lie, there were some like new drivers, and yeah, man, there's some people that are really good at this, and some people that are not good, man. They take a long time to do deliveries and stuff, and you know they have to do multiple trips, or they don't want to carry heavy stuff. I heard a lot of stories from the drivers, man. They have a lot of stories about PVDs, like so if your PVD that you work with, if you do a good job with them, they will say, hey. They'll tell the supervisors, hey, I want to work with Merlin, all right? I want to work with Merlin every day because he's good, all right? Some PVDs got small vehicles, so they have to keep on going back and forth. Like some guy was driving in like a Prius C. I would see some PVD. Yeah, you'll actually run into other PVDs out there. I ran into another PVD. He was driving a Prius C, guys. That's like the smallest Prius. Why would you drive something like that? Yeah, you could only take small packages in that thing. And he would never wear his vest. He would be walking around, and I was like, is this guy SSD? Or like, I don't know, man. Like, you're supposed to be wearing this. This is your uniform, guys. This is how people know that, you know, you're working for UPS. Watch out, you know. Or yeah, but like, yeah, this guy would never wear his vest. So I don't know why. He's just not, like, want to wear it, you know? Like, it identifies who you are, you know. If you go up to a house, some people are like, hey, who's this guy, this plainclothes person delivering his package? They might think you're stealing packages, man. But if you're wearing this, it says UPS on it, you know, it's a reflective and everything. Yeah, you know, it's like it's your uniform, all right, guys. It's a good thing to be wearing a uniform. So wear your vest, guys. Don't be like some of these other SSDs out there, man. But yeah, I have seen stuff with other PVDs. Some PVDs they're super slow. I don't know what it is. Like it's like I had to help one PVD out. It was like 9 o'clock it was like close to 9 o'clock at night, and they said like one of these PVDs needs help. They're taking forever. I was like, really? And then so I took most of her packages. I was taking like 3/4 of the stuff that she already had left, and I was like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna help you out. I grabbed a bunch of packages from her, and I knocked them out, man. I was like, man, this is easy. What takes her so long to do this? I was just like, boom, boom, boom. I literally got back like the same time she did, and I took most of her packages. So yeah, that's a scoop, man. There will be some PVDs out there that are really good, and some PVDs out there that they suck. All right, and so here's the good thing: if you are good, if you're a good delivery driver, all right, the supervisors might probably notice that. I don't know. They never tell me anything, man. But they'll attach you to a driver, and then you'll get regular work. All right. So this year was like totally different than last year, man. Last year I was begging for work every day. I had to call them. You know, they would never tell me like, hey, you got work. You know, no, there was none of that. About halfway through the peak season, I was just always asking for work. I was going to Sunnyvale to find work, you know, that type of thing. I had to do less of that this year, all right? I would stay with Jose every day. I would deliver with Jose every day. So that's the scoop, all right? And that's nice. It's nice being able to have a regular route. You just, you know, same routine every day. I know where the bathrooms are. I know the places where it's a good place to take a break. I know when to take a break. I know where this place is or that place. This house gets a lot of packages all the time. Oh, I know where this house is. I can tell you. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a scoop, all right? I would rather have like regular work instead of having to call every day and ask, you know, beg for work. I don't like doing that. All right, guys? And I didn't have to do that all that much. How do you know you have work every day? All right. So this is kind of like I mentioned it in the last video. All right. But typically they will send you a message in the morning, say, hey, can you work today? And you put yes or no. All right. And you put yes. Right. You can work. And then you get nothing. You might get nothing, or you might get a reply back right away. This is around like 8 or 9 or something, all right? And the driver wants to meet me at like 10:30, all right? So, and then like, so around 10 o'clock, yeah, around like 10 o'clock, they'll send you another text message, and they'll say, hey, you're working with this driver, here's their phone number, and you're going to be on this route. And then like, do you accept? And then you put yes or no, all right? And then you just put yes if you want to work. Okay, and then they'll give you like some kind of message of the day, a safety tip or something, and then you will meet the driver. You know, meet the driver whenever you need to meet the driver. Okay, so me and Jose, we agreed upon that. Hey, we're gonna meet in this parking lot at 10:30 every day. All right, so that's what I did. I would meet him at 10:30. But I would always be waiting for the text in the morning, all right? And I'm not going to lie, you would get the text at different times. So it's like kind of like, I want to sleep in. I would like to sleep until like, you know, I would like to rest until it's time for me to go work. But if I have to wait for like a text message, I kind of have to be awake. So I would wake up around 8 or 9 for waiting for these text messages, all right? So sometimes I would wake up to the text message. I would hear something on my phone, like, oh, I think they're texting you, all right? I think one Saturday I missed work. Yeah, I missed work on one Saturday. I wasn't working with Jose. Okay, so this one Saturday, I didn't even get a text message at all, all right? I got no text at all, and I was asked if I wanted to work on Saturday, all right, the day before, and then and so I called them at like 10:30 and asked for work, and they're like, oh, sorry, I think they said they texted me or something, and I didn't get any kind of text, and some other driver took it or something, so, and then I missed out a day of work for Saturday, I was like, and then, and then so I called them and asked them, hey, is there any work? And they're like, no, sorry, it's not busy, so you get the day off. I'm like, so I got the day off. So that was that. All right. So that's the scoop. I had regular work with Jose. Saturdays would be kind of different. Sometimes I would help the other drivers on Saturday. So Saturday you get to go do something different. Which is kind of cool. But I would be working in that Almaden Valley area, so I know that area really well, and the houses are really nice. The only thing is the houses are really big. Walking to and from the door sometimes is like you got to go on a little hike to go over there, man. And some of the packages are heavy, and yeah, man. And then sometimes you need signatures and stuff. I'm not gonna lie though, pretty much every day I would clear out the truck. I would clear out my vehicle. There would be no packages left in the vehicle, and that's your goal. At the end of the day, you want to deliver everything, right? And you can't do, sometimes you can't do that because you have these packages that need signatures, and if nobody's home, then you got to take it back. So I hate taking packages back, guys, because you know what? You're gonna have to deliver it the next day. Like the wine packages, man. Wine packages are like that. I hate those. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And so as we got closer to Christmas, we got less and less work, and then the weird thing about Christmas this year is that I think Christmas Eve fell on a Sunday, and Christmas Day was on a Monday. All right, so we already don't work on Sunday. All right, UPS doesn't work on Sunday, so we don't get to work on Christmas Eve, which is kind of like a holiday, you know. And then Monday is Christmas, so there's no work on Monday, right? So anyway, so the 23rd was the last day I worked, and it was, yeah, I think it was Friday. So I think they asked me if I wanted to work on Saturday, because Saturday is like kind of optional, and I said yes. And then no, I was told on the 23rd, I was told text at like 10 to 10:30 for work on Saturday. And at the beginning of the peak season, they said we're going to work every Saturday peak season, all right? And they lied, because there were some Saturdays I didn't work, okay? So this Saturday, the 23rd, yeah, the 23rd I didn't work. The last day I worked was the 22nd of December, all right, guys. And so I called and I texted, like they mentioned. They're saying, oh, the trucks are still leaving the warehouse, you know, we'll send you a message in a bit. And then they just sent a message, and they said, happy holidays. No work today. It's you know, it's too light. The load is too light. So I didn't work on Saturday, and that was the last I heard. No, that's not the last I heard of them. I heard one more thing from them, all right? So Sunday, no work. UPS doesn't work Sunday. Monday is a holiday, Christmas. We're not going to work on Christmas, right? And then Tuesday I text the driver and I said, hey, do we have work today? And the driver was like, he said no, all right? And then so I also text the center at the same time, and they said no work today, all right? That was the last text message I got from the center. And then I said, okay, whatever, I'm just relax. So that's the 26th. The 27th rolls by, no text. I wake up in the morning waiting for the text or something, no text. I was like, okay, I guess we're not working today either. And then that was it. I never heard a single peep from UPS. All right. No, so that was it. And then so now it's like January 2nd, all right, that I'm making this vlog, all right. So that's the scoop. My last day of work was on the 22nd, all right. So this year was kind of interesting. Black Friday was it started early this year. Yeah, it started earlier than usual. So I got to work a lot more. All right, and I got work up until almost Christmas, all right, till the 22nd, and then I never got any work after that. It was pretty much like last year. Once we hit Christmas, they said, "See ya." They'll let the door hit your ass on the way out, type of thing, right? And it was kind of strange. Someday, as we got closer to Christmas, some nights they wouldn't even let us in the center anymore. They would say, okay, turn your phone and your time card into the guard shack, and then and any packages you have left over, leave them at the guard shack. Sometimes the guard shack would tell us, hey, you guys can't leave this stuff here. We don't want to be responsible for it. And then some days they would say, hey, no, you can't go into the center. Blah blah blah. What do you need to do there? I don't know why they wouldn't let us in the center. Every peak season that I work, I always go back to the warehouse to punch out. All right. Yeah, and then some days, some nights closer to as we got closer to Christmas, they wouldn't let us in there anymore. So yeah, I guess they didn't want PVDs there looking for work or something, man. Like, there must be some reason for it, but yeah, and then you just realize, every day you're getting less and less work, and they're like, and then that's it, poof, no more work. All right, so. But I'm fortunate enough to have worked pretty much every day, almost like 6 days a week for whole peak season. All right, there's a couple days that I missed, but yeah, some days were more busy than others. All right, it was really busy in the beginning. The first week or two was really busy, guys. It was sometimes I would do 100 stops a day, and that would pretty much make me end around like 4 or 5. All right, I would start at 10:30 and end around 4 or 5. Maybe even later, like 6 or 7. It depends. Like just because you have a lot of stops doesn't mean it's going to take a long time to deliver them, guys. Sometimes you could just go down a block and you got like 10 stops, and you did that. Like, I shit you not, I timed myself one time. All right, they want you to do 10 to 15 stops an hour, guys, minimum. All right, that's what they want you to do. All right, that's the pace that they want you to work at. Well, I timed myself one day, and I wasn't even going super fast. I would say I was going like at a moderate pace. Okay, and it was I did 30 stops in 1 hour, guys. I went twice as fast as what they wanted you to do. All right, so I was an overachiever that day, type of thing. All right, and yeah, it's pretty easy to just bang out stops really fast. It's just not a hard job, guys, but it's hard on your body, man. At least this year. This year it was hurting real bad. There was days that I just went home and I just wanted to rest, right, type of thing. But I knew I had to keep on pushing, because I knew we weren't going to get any work later, right? But fortunately, the workload was pretty much consistent every day. I pretty much got 100 stops every day. And if I didn't get 100 stops, with Jose, I would get that 100 stops helping other drivers. All right, so yeah, so there you go. On average, Hayes Mega is 100 stops. If you're a SSD or a PVD, let me know how many stops you do a day. Okay, it was average for you. All right, but yeah, I would pretty much do 100. I think the most stops I did in a day was 120. That was a long day, 120. And I think that's helping like multiple drivers out. Okay, so that was it. All right, I worked up until the 22nd, and I'm pleased to announce that this is the most I made the most money on this peak season. All right, 2023 peak season. Pretty much, I've been doing this for 3 years now, guys. The first 2 years, I got average around $3,000. All right, I made $3,000. Here's what I made this year. It's a peak season driver. All right, like I said, it's the peak season started kind of early because Black Friday was early this year. All right. Okay, so I made $8,809.31 total. All right, that's before taxes. All right, after taxes, I made $6,568.50. All right, so there you go. And so how much taxes they took out was $2,240.81. All right, so $8,000, almost pretty much $9,000. If I had worked one more day, I would have made $9,000. All right, guys, all right, almost $9,000 I made. All right, before taxes. That's a lot. Okay, we pretty much made more than double of what we made previous years. So I had a really good peak season this year. Okay, guys, I think what helped was I got regular work every day. All right, it was good. The workload was good. I think they didn't hire as many PVDs this year. That had to be it. All right. They had less of us, but like I said, it was like previous years. They just kept on hiring and hiring. I would see new people all the time. One thing I'd heard, all right, I was helping one of the drivers, and they said they already took my PVD away. Like, I don't have a PVD anymore. So I think they started laying people off early. All right, that from what I heard, they are starting laying PVDs off like early. Okay, and fortunately enough for me, I worked all the way up until Christmas. So I think they're already letting people go already before that. They're probably weeding out, oh, these guys, the more senior PVDs, they probably, let them keep on working, which is maybe because that might be why I was able to make so much money. Okay, guys. But I'll tell you this, I worked hard for that money, man. I worked really, really hard. All right. 6 days a week, delivering packages is no joke. I don't know how those drivers do it, man. I know they don't work 6 days a week, but yeah, I was doing a lot of work, and I was hurting really bad at the end of the day. Like I mentioned, my feet would be hurting really bad. My feet, my back, I would be aching all over. I would just, I would just go home, eat something, and go to sleep, that type of thing. All right, and then the laundry would pile up and everything. Okay, but yeah, I had a good time delivering packages, and I made a lot of money this year. So I'm really thankful to UPS. All right, it would be nice if you guys would let us know that you laid us off. All right, don't just leave us hanging. All right, it's like after like the 26th, no more text messages. All right, that's it. Not even that's the end of the peak season. Thank you for your help. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. All right, I'll tell you this. When I worked as a delivery driver, like a seasonal driver, and I drove the package cars, the brown trucks, I had an exit interview. When I was driving the truck, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they hired me off the street to drive their truck, all right? And I was doing like a crazy amount of stops. There's a crazy amount of work I was doing every day. Like 200, 300 stops. Some ridiculous number, man. I talked to some of the drivers. It's like average. They do like 200 stops a day. Those drivers are working. That's what I want to say. That's a lot. But I mean, like, you're working out of a package car, and it's more efficient because you got a lot of packages with you, and everything is all sorted nicely. It's easy to find stuff. All right. When you got space for packages, it makes it so much easier to find stuff. All right. When your car is like fully loaded and you're looking for something in there, you're like oh, you just open the door and you're just like, where is this package? I'm telling you, man, it's always like that in the beginning. You open the door, and you're like, I wonder where this package is. All right, and I don't have a very good memory, man, and so I can't remember where I put all the packages. But if you sort it by HIN number and stuff, you get a general idea like where everything is in the car, right? So. But yeah, I'm amazed sometimes my ability to find stuff in the car. Like I can actually find stuff, Yeah, like everyone is different, man, and everybody's cars are different as well. So, but yeah, a package truck, you can deliver a lot of packages in the package truck. All right, it can carry a lot of packages. All right, and you can sort everything nicely. You got lots of space to sort stuff. When you got space to look for stuff, it's easy. But the nice thing is, as a PVD, your car doesn't have a lot of space in it. You can't. There's only so many places to look for packages. So once you look through everything, you're probably like, well, I don't got it. Just skip it. Come back later. Type of thing. All right. Sometimes I would get misroutes and stuff, packages that don't belong on that route, and the drivers would give that to you. They like to give, the drivers love to give misroutes to, because they don't have to break off and do it, but they're like, yeah, give it to PVD. Type of thing, because like the drivers have other things to do. They got to pick up stuff also. So I did do a couple pickups too. I think I picked up some tires from this dude's house. Yeah, I don't like doing pickups. They shouldn't, in my opinion, UPS shouldn't be making PVDs do pickups. All right, now I suppose it'd be okay if you did it at the end of the day. All right, but like at the end of the day, that's the time to call the center and ask for more help. And if you got like, if I got like 2 tires in the back of my car, that's less packages I can put in my car. All right, and you know, the less efficient I'll be, less, you know, this and that. So, oh, but you can do this. All right. Here's another tip. If you do get a call tag, or you have packages left over from your route, all right, something that required a signature and nobody was home, all right, adult signature like a wine or wacky tobacco is what I call it, and they weren't home, all right, and you can't leave it, you have to take it back, right? So if it's something big, yeah, if it's like wine or something, you can give it to the driver, all right? Just say, hey, and you know, the driver's got more space than you, so just tell your driver or the driver that you're helping, hey, I got these, I picked these up, these are pickups, can you take them back to the warehouse for me? All right, take them back to the center for me, and they'll gladly take it from you, okay? Because at the end of the day, everything that's in the truck, it just goes on the conveyor belt. That's it. Okay, guys, that's the way it works. They clear the trucks out every night. So anything that's left in there, it either gets shipped out or it goes back on some route. All right, that's the way it works. All right, it's a package center. So yeah, except for clerk packages, I think. Yeah. So if you have like a clerk package, a package that needs to go to the clerk, like it doesn't have the right address, or they want the city to send it somewhere else or something, you need to give it to the clerk. Like your MDA will tell you, oh, look for this package, give it to the clerk. Like you have like a no such number package, then they have to find out what the package, the address is, or the apartment number is, and then they send it back out, type of thing. All right. And stuff like that, yeah, I think you should take back to the warehouse yourself. All right, but yeah, because if it doesn't go to the clerk, they can't fix it. All right, so you're gonna have to do that. Or yeah, write clerk on the package and give it to the driver and tell them, hey, this is a clerk package. Can you give it to the clerk? Type of thing. All right, and that will save you from having to do that at night. But most of the time, I would take the packages back. All right, if it was small, I wouldn't really care. All right, I tell you, I stuffed packages in every place I could in the car. All right. Sometimes in the passengers, sometimes I couldn't even see out the side door or something. Yeah, it was bad, dude. And it's I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of dumb, man. In the training, they tell you like don't stack up the packages so high you can't see out the back of the vehicle. Well, then I can't put any packages in the vehicle. That's like literally half the vehicle. They want you to pack only half the vehicle, but we've got like a shit ton of packages to deliver. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, no, I load. Whenever I pick up packages, I load it up to the gills, all right? I fit as much as I can in there, all right? If a package is too big and I can't put it in there, then it just stays on the truck, and then we come back and pick it up later. I call that a sweeping run, all right? So sweep load type of thing. So all the stuff that you didn't deliver in the 7,000, 8,000s, you go out a third time, all right? So, right. The first load is 7,000s, the second load is 8,000s, and then the third load is usually the big stuff, all right? All the stuff that you couldn't take before, you take it on the third load, all right? And then after that, you should be done, right? Type of thing, all right? Okay, so yeah, that's the scoop. This is the most money I've made this peak season. I kind of, kind of not happy that they just stopped us working again. I believe the first peak season I worked, the one during like COVID where we had to wear the mask and we were working in a different warehouse and stuff, that was the longest I ever worked. All right, and I got COVID that year, by the way. Yeah, I got COVID at the end when they laid us off, pretty much. And so I guess that was a good thing because then I couldn't work, you know. But what happened? Yeah, they had us working up until New Year's, like past New Year's a little bit. Like the first week of New Year's, we were still working. All right, that's the most I ever worked. The second year, we pretty much got laid off before Christmas. Third year, we got laid off 3 days before Christmas. All right, pretty much. That's the last day I worked, 3 days before Christmas. So yeah, and you want to work before Christmas, all right, guys, because that's a holiday. They have to pay you extra for that, all right. I think there was like for Thanksgiving they paid us holiday pay, all right. Yeah, so I made a lot of money for Black Friday. That was, yeah, it was pretty much Black Friday. That's when we were working. Yeah, we got paid extra that day, but the rest of the time it was just, you know, $38 an hour after the first week. So, in my opinion, I would have been okay with the pay cut if it was around $30, guys. But what they wanted to pay us for, I think 20. Was it 28? No, it was like 24. Yeah, they wanted to pay us $24 or something. That's not enough. Yeah. At least $30. I would be willing to do this work for $30, all right? But $38, that's even better, man. Dude, I made almost $9,000. So I have to say I was kind of in big debt before this, and now I've been able to climb out of that hole a little bit, all right? But now I got to do the DoorDash gig again, and DoorDash is just shit right now. And then I was working for UPS so much that I didn't have time to do DoorDash as much. I tried to do as much DoorDash as I could. If I got off before 7, I would do DoorDash after. So yeah, I mean, my workday would be like 10 hours, man. Sometimes it would be like 10 hours because I would do DoorDash after I did UPS. All right, so DoorDash is so much more chill than UPS. I'll tell you that, man. Yeah, DoorDash is really chill. UPS is hard work, guys. It's hard work. All right, so all I can say is you will make a lot of money as a PVD if you do a good job, but you're gonna work hard for it. All right, you're gonna work hard for that money. Okay, so ends my 2023 peak season vlog. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my vlogs. I know people have been watching it before peak season, so they know what's up. So yeah, thanks to those people that watch it, and I hope this helps other future PVDs out, or SSDs as they call them now. All right, and I hope to do this again next year. Would I do it again next year? Yeah, I would. Hopefully my feet will be in better shape next year. My feet were hurting really bad this year. There was just some days I was in a lot of pain. So I will talk about that. I would take painkillers with me, all right, like Advil, ibuprofen, that kind of stuff. I would take like a pain. I have this it's called Absorbine or something. It's like a pain. It's like a pain stick. It's like kind of like a glue stick, and you apply it where you're hurting and stuff, and it'll kind of like numb up that area or something. And I would use that. Like my ankle would hurt in a certain place really a lot, and I would just take my sock off. That's why I wanted to wear Crocs too, so I could like take my socks off real quick and then put this stuff on. Yeah, and it helped. In a couple occasions, it helped. It made the pain go away. Okay, and I would take a lot of breaks. Yeah, if I was really tired, if you're really tired, take a break, guys. And don't kill yourself, man. Don't go out there delivering packages like super duper fast. All right, take your time, because you will get tired. All right, you'll burn yourself out. So don't. They don't want the supervisors don't want you to do that. Okay, they want you to deliver 10 to 15 packages an hour. I'm not gonna lie. That's really slow, guys. That's easy. That's easily achievable. And some of these PVDs, they can't do that. That's unacceptable, man. So you ask me, man, it is really easy to bang out 10 to 15 stops an hour. Super easy. All right, for me For me, it's super easy. I don't know about everybody else, but man, that's 10 to 15 an hour. That's really easy, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, it depends on the route. It depends on the route. But yeah, my back would be hurting. You know, there's just some days like I didn't want to work, man, but it's just like I had to. You know, I need to make the money. So, so like I said, you're gonna make a lot of money, but you're gonna work hard. All right, and yeah. But things for UPS to improve would be, one things I didn't like. All right, so this kind of stuff I didn't like, and I hope it improves. Is that the text message? All right, it's nice that they use the text message system, but it would be nice if they had a regular time every day that they send you the text message. All right, sometimes I'm just waiting for that text message. Sometimes it doesn't come. Like, I don't like that, man. just stick to the same routine. All right, around 9 o'clock they're gonna send you a text message. Around 10 o'clock they're gonna set you up with the driver, type of thing. All right, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man, but it would be nice to get some kind of message every day. Do you want to work or not, type of thing. Okay, and another thing is, yeah, man, when it's the end of the peak season, don't leave me hanging. All right, the no work today. That was the last text message. All right, not like, oh, sorry, peak season's over. Thanks for all your help. Nothing like that. All right. You know how I found out I was laid off? Oh, okay. You know how I found out I was laid off last year? I looked at my time card. All right, you can go on upsers.com and look at your time card, and it'll say like day off or didn't work or you worked such and such hours. If it says laid off, then you've been laid off, okay? And they don't tell you. You have to figure it out on your own. I don't like that, man. Like I mentioned, the first year that I worked as a seasonal driver and I drove the brown trucks, I got an exit interview. I got a real uniform, all right, type of thing. Yeah, and I got they gave me a job offer, all right. That's what they did during the exit interview. They're like, well, you did a good job, Merlin. We can't hire you as a driver, but we can hire you as a warehouse worker. I was like, no thanks, I'm good. I'm out. So I'll see you guys next peak season, that type of thing, right? So that's what I've been doing every year. And yeah, as a PVD, you don't get an exit interview. You know, it's just kind of like they just poof, they just poof, kick you to the curb. Right? I'm trying to poof. They just kick you. It's like you just kick you to the curb. Like, oh, we don't need you anymore. See ya. They're not gonna no thank you, nothing. You know. Usually during Christmas they have a little party in the center, and they have like they've had like tacos or something. Yeah, they have a little taco party or something, or a pizza party at the end of the year, you know, and then you go there and you hang out and, you know, you eat food. And that's how it is in the morning, by the way, guys. If you were a driver and you worked in the center in the morning, the supervisors, they have like coffee and donuts and all that stuff. As a PVD, you don't get none of that. we kind of get hated on. I'm not gonna lie, man. It seems like the PVDs kind of get hated on, and I'm not sure if the drivers like us or not. But all I can say is it's temporary work. We're not going to be there very long. Just let us work, guys. What the heck, man? Yeah, man. Okay, so how did I find out I was laid off this year? All right, one, I didn't get any more text messages every day. And I said, oh, whatever. I'm just sleeping. I'm tired. and then I remembered what I did last year. I checked the time card. All right, I would check the time card and see if it says laid off. And I checked the time card. And it didn't say laid off. It just said like day off or holiday or something. and then one day I couldn't even see the time card at all. All right. And then I got an email from UPS saying how it was some kind of UPS. I didn't even reply to it yet. It was a UPS email saying they wanted to know how your experience was during the peak season, and that's when I knew. I think we got laid off already. We're not having to work anymore. So I'm not. So I told you, like the first year we worked up until like past New Year's. So we still, Hazemaker would still be working like right now. Okay. So but the second year and the third year, no, like Christmas, poof, that's it. You're not working anymore. All right. So why that is, I don't know. All right, because they tell us every year. Oh, they let us keep PVDs up until January 15th. All right. Up until January 15, you could be working, and I've never worked as a PVD up until January 15. I'm not gonna. Oh yeah. Also, it's going to be different for every center. Every center does things different, all right? So your experience is going to be different than mine, trust me. Okay? Yeah. Where you work, where the area that you're working in, that type of thing, okay? So that's the scoop. Okay, guys? But anyway, that's how I found out I got laid off. I wasn't able to look at my time card anymore. But I was still able to look at my paychecks. That's how I was able to total up how much money I made this peak season. And I did really good. I'm really pleased with the amount of money I made. Thanks, UPS. All right. See you again next year. All right. All right. So that's the end of my PVD vlog for 2023. I hope this is educational and entertaining. Make sure you check out my my delivery vlog. All right, I'm gonna make a video of me delivering packages. All right, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty much me delivering one whole load. All right, and you guys will get to see what it's like to deliver, and I will go over like tips and tricks and stuff, and I will narrate as I go along, you know, stuff. Yeah, should be interesting. Yeah, check it out. All right, here's me out. Thanks for watching. All right, by the way, this is my third vest. All right, I have 3 vests now. I get a new vest every season, and they never change. Okay, guys, I've got this. So, but the nice thing about having 2 vests, I have one that's like an extra large vest, and it doesn't fit me. That was the one I got the first year. I've got 2 like large or I don't know what size this is. This is like a medium or something. Yeah, this is a medium large vest. All right. Make sure you get a vest that freaking fits you guys, because you're going to be wearing this all the time, guys. But having more than one vest is nice because you can wash one or put one in the hamper and then pull out a clean one, all right? So you can kind of get nasty after a while, okay? I did have to do a fair amount of delivery in the rain, too. It kind of sucks. I hate delivering packages in the rain, man. Make sure you got a rain jacket, dude. Yeah, so what did they give us this year? They gave me info notices. Yeah, every year they give you different stuff. They give you less and less stuff every year, okay? They gave me info notices, the insurance card, and the vest. And some pens, all right? You can grab as many pens as you want. Every time I go to the center, I always like grab a pen or 2. All right? I got all these UPS pens, all right? You get these brown UPS pens. I got a lot of these. Yeah, but it's always good to have a lot of pens, guys. Make sure you got pens there. You need pens, all right? Trust me. When you're working, you're going to be using pens all the time, writing shit down, okay? Yeah, so pretty much all I got this year was the vest, all right? I'm not going to lie. That's all I got. Last year, they gave me a phone mount and they gave me a vest, all right? And they didn't take the phone mount back. And yeah, so we don't go back, and I didn't have to give this back because they laid us off. They don't want you back in the building. So I guess you get to keep these every year, guys. So I've got like 3 of them now, all right? You know, if I were them, I would take it back, because what if this Porch Pirates would be able to get their hands on this, you know? You could be disguised as a you know, UPS PVD stealing packages, you know? So, yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to let us keep these every year, okay? Unless you're going to come back, all right? But, yeah. So, yeah, that's a scoop. It just seems like every year they give you less, they're giving us less and less stuff to work with. They're just like penny pinching us. All right, but we're using the same old phones, all right, the MDAs, and I don't think they let you use your own phone. Yep, so that's just something extra I wanted to mention. They gave us less stuff to work with this year.